Waiting on YouTube, waiting for it to pop.
Well, we're not quite popped there yet, but we will be.
It'll pop soon.
Not to worry. If you're watching the rebroadcast on YouTube, you're probably not catching this dialogue at all. There we go. But we here on the Facebook are here to tell you Happy Wednesday.
We here on the Facebook.
We here. Happy Wednesday to you.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just taking care of a little business here.
TCBing, eh?
Well, TCB. Okay. All right. You can talk, though.
I can talk, yes.
Okay.
I'm not mute.
All right.
Here we are.
Business is taken care of.
And of course, this theme is for what ails you.
Hi, Alan and Elizabeth. Good to see you.
So nice to see you here on the tubes.
Thank you for posting your picture the other day.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that was great. I love to put a face to the name.
Oh, yeah. That's really great. So.
Hi, Andrew.
Pardon me, just said something.
And hi,
hello,
Amy.
Yeah.
Good to see you both.
It is indeed. It's fantastic again here on a Wednesday. And I was just remarking that you never get to hear the noisemakers because as soon as we start the episode, they go down. But
I could always hear applause again.
And I tell you, we've reached we are still actually aiming at a goal. So if you see a little thing, is there a little signature in the bottom of the screen there, or what happened?
It didn't come up.
Oh wow! So much for that. People have been asking us about the any way to help contribute to the whole thing, and we had a little banner at the bottom in there that took you right to the Patreon page and the Amazon store.
Later on, we'll
drop
the link.
So you know what's
Hi, going. Julie. Good to see you. And hello, Dean.
Hey, Dean.
Good to see you.
Right, indeed.
And so, while people are coming in, I will just say that anyone who has bought that Ellen Waits and our Velveteen Lounge merchandise so far, thank you.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're doing instead of crowdfunding our films. So thank you. Some of you have purchased already. I'm sure I'll drop the link, but we really appreciate it. So thank you. And hello, Errol.
Yeah, hey.
Lisa's busy getting some drinks.
Well, sounds like a fun idea, eh?
Ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. We'll catch up.
We'll get there. As usual, you know us on a Wednesday. We start mixing a few, and before you know it, a couple hours have passed. Jeez, look at the time.
I lost some time today.
So far, 4 minutes has passed, and we're still rolling on down the highway, folks.
4 minutes, and we haven't made a drink.
Yeah, how about that?
It's a record.
How dry they are.
No, it's not.
How dry they are.
So hi, Lisa. There she is.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of classic. Well,
hey, get back in there.
I'm not sure I would call them classic cocktails. Old cocktails to make. And then we're going to experiment from there. But we also have some cider to try, which is from Angry Orchard. They had a summer pack in the store, which I've never seen that before, but
I haven't seen that yet.
They had like strawberry and peach mango in the pack, and one of them simply called tropical. So I tried tropical.
Try that.
Cider. Hi,
lay
Peter.
that tropical on you, which you might be able to find at your local.
And hello, Fabs.
Hey, Fabs.
Oh, thank you. Alan and Elizabeth say Surfer Joe sounded great. Oh, thank you. We were so lucky to get them here.
Really, it's our
that was amazing.
Our buddy Marty, who may be watching now.
Oh, Fabs, I'm glad you're here.
Saying so, set that up because he had set up the gig. It was like they needed a gig between Pennsylvania and big city, New York, that is. And he said, well, how about this location, which was kind of in between. So they trucked up, and he said, do you think they would mind dropping by the Velveteen? I'm like, if they're game for it. So they came on by, and it's like, you guys want to play? It's like, well, we got the equipment. So they set up, and you heard a couple of tunes. That was
a great time.
Talked a little bit about their tour. They just finished their North American portion, Volume 1. And their next dates are going to be end of month in, I think, Milan.
Europe.
Yeah, the next dates will be Italy, and I don't remember exactly where in Italy somewhere. I'd have to take a look at the schedule.
They'll be in Europe in the summer, but then in the fall they're going to be doing Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, they'll return, and I think they start by hitting either Washington, Oregon, and just like working their way around. And there's just like, man, a ton of dates. These guys, They're making up for lost time.
The show they did that night was incredible. It was so
really great show.
Yeah, so
really great show. The venue itself was interesting, but you play all sorts of places on tour, and people came out. A lot of the locals came out to this place. It was really in the middle of.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. Lisa was there too.
Yeah,
Lisa. Yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And those guys were very conversational. I thought that they really displayed what they're all about. You saw their merchandise. If you like, they've got records and CDs for sale. And, of course, there is a Lego set, but you have to show up at the show.
Yeah, the Lego set you can only buy at the shows, I found out. So,
yeah, but it's kind of fun. So
this test tube has got a little chip.
There's a chip? Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Sorry about that, Chief.
No, it's fine. I just don't... If you drink from it, don't...
Yeah.
Don't cut yourself.
Other way. That's the one. Well, actually, do we have something to sample, don't we?
We do. Hi, Keith. Good to see you.
Hey.
Yay.
Excited to see you here.
We do. We have some cider to sample.
While we were working out earlier, I was just mentioning the whole idea of audience and all that and saying, I could do this to an empty screen into the wall and I would be spitting in the wind. What's the point? But with you here, there's a reason for me to be here. So
yes.
Shall we try something?
Do you want to the cider? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get
I
that.
put a bottle in. It's in the door.
As a matter of fact. So I should go reach right down and.
So this is Angry Orchard.
So I'm going to display
tropical. Wait, hold on before you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tropical. And you see the label's kind of fun. It's got like some different writing there.
Very
and they have the tropical fruits in the tree, which is awesome. So they've actually got the pineapple, what looks like a passion, and guava, or is this another passion? And an apple, bite out of the apple. So this
what does it say?
It's a hard fruit cider, what they're calling it, with notes of pineapple and passion. Okay.
Okay.
Gluten-free, 5% alc. So this is actually the equivalent of a beer, just in case you're ever having one of these. Oh, I could put down 10 of these. Probably not. But
well, you could.
They're easy going.
You might enjoy it at the time, but
I do note that they have some ciders that are fairly sweet, but they also have some that are much drier, and they're bone dry. Wow, that's the one. That really is good. Just like having that is getting into Prosecco territory right there. I'm going to give you the non-chipped one. I'm going to very carefully pour this over here. That's why I brought this glass over. Also, it was a good place to prop these.
Since we're doing remedies, we thought we'd bust out the
test tubes.
That
looks like a sample size.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, and I can get myself a little bit there. Okay. Well,
looked like it was about to overflow.
Carefully. And I got to find out where it's chipped and drink from the other side. Cheers.
Cheers.
I admit that from here, this looks like something else.
And I started to drink it, and I was like, smell it first.
It's got a nice aroma. I can definitely am hitting that passion immediately.
It's good. It's good. It's a little sweet for me, but but it's good. A little
sweet. But if we're to mix with that, what would I do? I would just get some sour in there. Lemon or lime. Grapefruit even.
Some more.
You want more?
Yeah.
She wants more. She demands more.
You know what? Here, I have an idea. Let's put some lemon in it. And
try that out. Okay.
And then see, we're experimenting already.
Let's try things out.
All right.
You're already making a cocktail. Of kind.
All right.
Well, more like a mix.
Little lemon. Little cider.
Little lemon. Little cider.
One little lemon?
I'll take a little lemon.
All right.
Sure. I'll pour some of that in. You just put a dash in there?
Yep.
Okay, we got to be careful with because this is only a test tube. An actual volume on this baby is probably something like 30 mil. So
that wasn't much of that was really a sip.
That was a sip. It's a sample. We
have some beakers somewhere.
Yes, we do. We have some small beakers, which are probably like 50 mil beakers. And
I have no idea where they are.
A nice Erlenmeyer flask. Now, all of you lab techs out there or worked in medical, you'd be like, oh, yeah. Or maybe you just did chem in high school, so you remember the Erlenmeyer. There we go. That looks about right.
Okay.
Clinky.
Let's try it again.
These are kind of good as sample size, but you really just kind of have to do a shot like so. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's better.
Bingo. Immediately balance that right out.
Yeah. So, it's good. It's a little sweet. We have, in the fridge outside, we also have strawberry. So, I don't know if you got inspired later, we could try the strawberry. But I think it's cocktail time.
I think so
Don't
too.
you? Oh, Earl says we have some test tubes that were designed to be shot glasses. Yeah, see, these, you have to put them in some sort of, you know, frame, or otherwise they won't stand up.
Nope, they're going to be completely flopping. At one point, when I was a...
Oh, Earl says I like the volumetric flask.
The volumetric.
Myself. Okay.
Ah.
I don't know what that is.
There's also
He probably does.
a measuring tube, which is basically like a really thick test tube. Got a flat base. There's a whole base to it that has the gradations. So you can actually measure and pour, measure and pour. That idea. I remember that from chem. I remember doing chem lab in junior high school, high school.
Hi, Elizabeth, and hi, Eric.
Hey! Had a chemistry set, and I was at a yard sale at one point, and I found this little wooden frame, and I'm taking a look at that saying, that's a test tube holder. So I picked that up, too.
Elizabeth, I know. I get the allergies, too, so bad.
Oh, boy.
I've just been taking a fexofenadine every morning. It seems to work for me. I know I've read you can grow used to it, and like, I try to just take it until everything's come in and then stop, because I don't want to get used to it and have it not be effective. So, but I have something that I want to try. And this is from, well, I found it in an old book. I just want to double check and make sure I've got it right. Okay.
All right.
All right, got it. This is from an old book, which the recipe sounded horrible. It was super unbalanced. It was 1 part bourbon, 1 part grape juice.
Oh.
And I just
Why?
thought, ugh.
No.
But it's called the Blood Transfusor.
So you had to try it.
So I've improved it.
Yeah, well, you did what you usually do. You did what we usually do, which is you take a look at something awful and say, now what would actually balance that right out? Change proportions.
Oh, Amy's asking, is there a cocktail that helps with allergies?
Two questions about the allergies.
You know,
wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We've made this one before, but we usually make the bourbon stone sour for colds.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it might help with your allergies too. It couldn't hurt.
Couldn't hurt.
It's not going to do anything for your sinuses per se, but it'll make you feel better.
Yeah, I can guarantee that. Certainly for a head cold, it does the job. For allergies, if you're thinking, well, I'm going to take this pill too. Well, check the interactions, certainly.
You know what I would
As a non-medical personnel, maybe I play one
Julie
on TV.
says if there is, count me in.
Yeah.
You know what I would do, honestly, for allergies? Something hot. Like a hot toddy.
That's a good idea.
You get the steam going. Yeah. Of course, you need to have a lot of hot toddies to make that worthwhile. But
Yep. Maybe you need to like serve them inside like a little put a towel around the whole thing to make a tent around your head, so you can have your toddy and it'll steam you properly.
Okay, so this is the improved version of the Blood Transfusor from Bar Guide by True, the men's magazine.
Longtime viewers of this show will recognize Bar Guide by now.
Yeah, that book is falling apart because we have put it through
its paces.
Yeah.
And it's a paperback from, 1950? So, the paper on that is a little brittle and the binding is a little shot. No big surprise.
So, Blood Transfusor, I'm starting with 2 ounces. Yeah, bourbon and grape juice.
Question mark?
Yep.
It was called the Transfuser, and I think the grape juice is supposed to give us that look of blood.
It's supposed to make it, look blue, but anyway.
Yeah.
This one's not. We could always add some blue curacao.
We could.
But
it's supposed to be blue or red?
Well, the book said blue.
Blue.
But anyway.
We'll see what happens when the purple juice goes inside the whole beaker here.
So that was 2 ounces of bourbon, and I'm doing a 1/2 ounce of the grape juice. It's slightly purple.
Slightly purple. Looks more like blood than blue.
Yeah, but that's good, right?
By comparison.
That's what we want. Okay, so 1/2 ounce grape juice. I'm doing a 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice because it sounded really nasty otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was looking at what herbs are good for the blood. And they said cacao. So I'm going to do 5 dashes of cocoa bitters.
Go. Cocoa bitters inside, which actually should complement those flavors too, I think. So.
Oh, you want to catch up?
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
The pills. Yeah, I love it. Hi, Vegas AF.
Bing,
oh,
bing,
the
bing,
score
bing, bing.
mark. Okay, all right.
Mhm.
Sounds like a sacrificial wine would be a better name. Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yep, there you go.
All right, so I'm going to shake with ice and strain into a cocktail glass.
Checking over here.
Hi, Gettysburg, ma'am.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Catching up on.
I'll read through this one again.
I suspect you'll need a cocktail glass. I don't think that makes
Yes.
the taste 73% better.
So this is the improved. Oh, shoot. We don't have that Red Cross glass, do we?
Let's see.
I won't use it for this round, but someone should really use it.
All right. Well, I can retrieve it.
All right.
Gave you an umbrella.
So, thank
Use
you.
umbrella up in our Amazon store in case anyone.
Because umbrellas make you feel better. Okay.
And who bought those recently? It was
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Yep.
All right. So
Bet you're enjoying
strain
those.
into a cocktail glass.
And strain.
Wow, it's really full.
Lavender simple and clove syrup.
Ooh,
Oh wow.
Yum.
Clove syrup sounds like the sort of thing that I'm going to want to
delicious.
experiment with drop by drop.
All right.
That's pretty powerful. Strong flavors.
Okay. All right.
So,
For those of you just joining us, this is the improved Blood Transfusor. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give it a twist.
that's a good idea. You've got plenty of twists over there. Some big ones, too.
Of course, this is
Big
already
ones.
really full, so.
Carefully.
2 ounces of bourbon, ½ ounce grape juice, ½ ounce fresh lemon juice, and 5 dashes of cocoa bitters.
What do we got?
It's good. It could use something else.
Ah, the experiments continue. Let's give this a try here.
It could use something else. It
Aroma-wise,
needs a note.
definitely getting more bourbon than you would if you followed the original formula.
Yeah.
Which sounds pretty dire.
And I have an idea.
Yeah. A
All
little
right,
one note.
I have an idea.
I will wait on your idea.
As long as we're at it. Add some blue.
What the heck? Try a little bit. I was thinking a little orange flavor could be nice.
Yeah.
And that's going to punch it to the color which...
All right, so I need a ½ ounce. Is one of those a ½ ounce?
None other of these guys, but...
What about over there?
Let's take a look at these guys. This is a half.
All right, I'm going to add
This is a half right
½
here.
ounce.
I actually measured all of these at one
Of
point to figure out
blue.
what they were because they're all different sizes and who knows. And we have 2 of them that are actually marked as to what they are. The classic pony in the shot, 1 ounce, 1.5.
And now it will be a fascinating color.
That one is not marked.
It's sort of...
Fascinating, Captain.
Yeah.
Right now you got layers, which is
I
kind of
know.
funny. Hold that up to show that off.
I will, but
And then give it a
then
stir.
I am going to stir it.
I'm going to give it a stir.
yeah.
See what, a ½ ounce in there? Okay.
Look at that.
Wow. Creature from the Black Lagoon now.
It is. It looks like...
It's a Post Cafe. It's literally got 3
Yeah.
different color layers going on. Hilarious.
Science.
For science.
Okay. Now let's try it.
Now let's give it a whirl and see where we are.
Now how much would you pay? Definitely better.
Let's give that a try. Yeah, improved. But the orange adds not just sweetness, but there was also like an orange essence flavor.
Right.
Like more of an orange oil flavor, which is more bitter. So that definitely punches that up and balances that out. Am I still getting the
All
grape
right.
juice? I don't know. There's only ½ ounce of grape juice.
Well, I was going to say the grape juice is kind of a legacy thing from the original recipe, so you don't have to use it. But I like having it there because it's kind of a wink to the original recipe. Oh, Eric's on the bus.
Ah!
Well, thank you for joining us from the bus.
We'll be seeing you in no time. Well, we're seeing you now, but then we'll see you actually from the home front. That's okay.
So anyway,
So anyway,
Blood Transfusor. And it is kind of...
Well,
bluish.
it's more like the color of Spock's blood, Mr. Spock, that is, than human blood, and it's probably unlikely.
Blue blood. It's blue blood.
Probably unlikely to turn into a bloody color unless you start adding a lot of red stuff.
Bloods.
But it's blue bloods, so there you go.
All right. What do you got on tap for us?
Well, I could do that first one, the second one.
All right.
Down there.
This is another one from Bar Guide by True, the men's magazine.
Bar Guide is full of all sorts of things that sound very medicinal, which starts to make you think about the readers of True, the men's magazine, and how often they needed something medicinal. A lot of letters to the editor there about hangover cures, maybe. Makes you wonder. So.
All right, Eric. Well, I'm glad you're I'm glad you won't be on the bus long. I'll say that. I was about to say glad you're headed home, but from your girlfriend's house, you might have wanted to stay.
You might have
so
wanted
I
to
don't
stay.
know.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. All right, so this one is called Pediatrician. And the only real change I made to this one was I added more gin. That was really kind of the...
How did it start out life?
It started out with 1 ounce of gin.
1 ounce. Okay, I think 2 is a better idea.
Yeah.
With this sort of thing.
Otherwise, it would be...
I think we might have just 2 even out of this bottle. Nope, got a tiny bit more. We'll start with the 2 that we need. Happen to be using the Garnish Island gin, which we had for the St. Patrick's episode. About out of it, so I guess we've been enjoying it. This is a good dry gin. I would say it's a London dry style, but I guess it's more of a Dublin dry style.
I was going to say.
But, so back to the, what am I doing here? I have no idea. Half ounce of grape. Okay. Well, I still have that half ounce.
And they would say you're going to have
here.
the same problem with a half ounce of grape that you would have had in this other drink, except this one has more sweetness. So
we'll try this and see where it goes, eh?
I think you'll be better off. Half ounce fresh lemon juice.
Go.
And a dash of grenadine.
Okay, we have grenadine right here. Yep. We make our own grenadine, so this is not very red. In fact, it's sort of an amber color at best. But it is actually made from pomegranate juice. There we go.
Wow.
That's a dash.
Errol says, with regard to chemistry sets, I had one with real glassware and neat chemicals. Got one for my kids many years later. Glassware replaced with plastic. If you got hungry, you could eat the chemicals.
What kind of chemicals were they?
Oh, Eric, what were you watching? I like a good binge watch. Oh, I haven't really been watching anything lately. I really need to. I need to get back to watching TV. It's my job.
Right? It's not your job. It's your actual job.
It's my actual job.
Another little umbrella. These things are great. I like these a lot. They're totally impervious because they're made out of a plastic substance that fell to earth. So they will withstand whatever you throw at them.
So this one is Pediatrician.
The Pediatrician has very little to do with a young person's doctor office, as far as I can tell.
I don't know why it's the Pediatrician.
Except for the lab coat I'm wearing. And there's a bit of an overflow there. I'm going to try this and see where we are. You know, I'm getting more grape out of that, interestingly enough, than I was out of that one. And perhaps it's the lighter nature of the base liquor.
I wouldn't change a thing. I like that one.
I would change one thing about this. I'm saying that.
Oh, Sanctuary. Okay. And what do we think?
And what do we think?
What do we think?
So the balance on this is quite good, but I would actually do one of these. We get like a medium size. That sounds pretty good. So,
whoa. Oh no.
No, for Pete's sake.
Jeez.
God damn it. This happens around this place when The long sleeves get caught on stuff.
At least
What
nothing
fell?
broke.
No, something very sticky all over the fridge is what fell. Ay, ay, ay. So, now there. Put the peel in. And actually, after our broadcast with the band, the band actually, one of the members drinks, and that's our drummer, and he was remarking, I made him a drink, and then I said, oh, so I got the peel, and put it in. He was remarking, yeah, that's a little touch that really makes it happen.
Peter says, any fans of you can't do that on television.
There we go.
Did you watch that? I've never seen it,
Right
but
back.
did you watch that?
No, never did.
Oh. That's really nice with the peel, by the way.
You like it?
I've never seen it. I've heard of it. Sounds fun. Lisa's been binge watching the original Hawaii Five-0. I love Hawaii Five-0.
Classic first series 5-0.
We have it
for 12 years
on DVD, but I've noticed Pluto has it on too. So sometimes when I just want to put something on and I'm not really gonna, sit there and carefully watch it, I just put on Hawaii Five-0 or the Jeffersons.
I guess we're going to be taking this out and watching it a bit.
Well,
quite a bit down on this side. Just trying to get this up before I forget about things. You're doing a live show. Spillage is liable to occur.
Well,
you've got a lot of things over here. I'm going to put this guy a little more centered. It'll be pretty obvious. Right here. That aroma is definitely
says Lisa gets so upset with me spilling stuff. She says I could stain a Teflon suit. Nothing in this house is worth anything, so whatever. It's just, nothing broke. That's the good news. It's a little crowded up here.
Yeah.
Was I saying on one of our broadcasts, I think maybe I was saying this last week, or if I wasn't saying it here, I was saying it, I might have been saying this to a person, but not that you're not people. You're wonderful people. In person is what I'm trying to say. I was reading this article recently in the New York Times about Charo, who is still performing to this day. Mm-hmm. And they had all these pictures of her taken in her house. And she has this enormous bar that curves around the room. I was like, that's what we need. We need that bar.
Bigger bar.
Hi, Wayne. Good to see you.
Clean a few things up here. Here we go, folks.
Oh, that's so fun. Alan and Elizabeth say we actually watched an old episode of Captain Kangaroo Easter weekend.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen Captain Kangaroo since I was 10. That would be fun. Okay, Errol says it's really good. Fans of Grimm. Okay, all right. Or the librarians may like it. Okay. Lisa says that's why we can't have nice things.
I tell you what it will do here. I'll move this guy out of the way. We've displayed the test tubes.
Wait, what? Hold
right,
us. I missed a comment somewhere.
Hold us.
All right.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's spilling stuff around here. Around this bar on a Wednesday is going to be sticky. So, that's why we actually have the spray over here, because sometimes it's just drippage that happens. Sometimes it's
Tuesday or Thursday
drippage on the machine, and that's a really negative thing. And don't ask me why I know that. But if you want to know why I know that, just send me a PM. Don't spill stuff inside your computer. So the other thing is that what I really don't like is breaking the glassware, because it's custom.
Nothing broke. Nothing broke.
But nothing broke.
Nothing broke.
Nothing broke. Spillage is spillage.
Now, what I was going to say about wait, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, we were talking. What are we talking about?
It's gone.
Mixing and spilling. I'll come back. So.
Oh, Gettysburg Ma'am says we got 3 inches of snow Monday. Today was 65, and I got a bad sunburn while sitting outside watching a doubleheader. Oh, yes. Yeah. Welcome to spring in the Northeast.
Seriously.
You are so right.
Haven't we had, within the past 2 weeks to 4 weeks, I think we've had sleet, snow, definitely had snow. We snowed just the other day, because we wake up.
Well, I had to go into the city. So I woke up sunny, thankfully. And I thought, okay, it's chilly, but I'm getting ready to go in. And I look out at the car, And there's snow on the windshield wipers and a little bit in the driveway. I was like, did it snow last night?
A little slush. A little slush in front of the car.
Yeah, it was weird. Fortunately, it didn't snow or rain on me. But...
Yeah.
And I have to say that some weather God was looking out for me, because when I came home, I stopped at the store. This is a really boring story, by the way. But I stopped at the store and I went in. It was totally sunny when I went in the store, and it was totally sunny when I came out. And in the meantime, the car was covered with water. So missed that. Oh, drippage on the machine. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Oh, thank you, Errol. You reminded me. Drippage on the machine. Last time we spilled something on the computer during one of these live videos, I thought it was all cleaned up and the computer got raided by ants. So, guess not.
Reclaim.
It wasn't this computer, was it?
The other computer, no, it was the other one, I think.
Yeah, and, I think it was the other one.
The computer, of course, sits on top here, and if there's spillage, you've got, there's vents and whatnot. And I hadn't ever really thought to, after a broadcasting, cleaning it up. If you get spillage, clean the thing out immediately, of course. Never thought to power it down, pop the lid on the bottom, and just clean it all out inside to make sure you got everything, which would have been a pretty good idea, because eventually the motherboard died on that. And I had to take a look into replacing it. It was not cheap, but it was a lot cheaper than a new machine, and that machine is totally rocking now. Solid state drive, so it'll be good for a long time.
Oh, Julie says snow 2 days ago, 80 on Saturday. Aren't those sunny days the best, though? I'm so happy about it.
Been pretty awesome, I tell you.
I did. I got outside one of those warm days. Oh, I think it was Thursday last week. It was right after our live on Wednesday. And I did a ton of weeding, and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was... Yeah, and then I got cold.
Yep.
But now it's coming back up. It's coming back up.
Up, down, up, down, up,
coming
down.
back up.
It's like that sort of thing. It's just it's a little schizophrenic. I think it's some higher temps than we are used to at this time of year.
Okay. You needed a literal debugging. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Not the first time I've heard of ants invading the hard drive, but the first time was ages ago, and there was nothing sticky on that computer. So those ants were just going wherever there was a small space to be. And yeah.
Not our computer, by the way.
Not our computer. Long time ago, galaxy in a different dimension.
Debugging, yes. Yeah. Exactly right, Lisa. That's hilarious.
Supposedly, for all you computer folks there, I think bugs originally referred to flies landing and getting incinerated on vacuum tubes and causing a literal problem. We
get an hour or so of sun now and then. Oh, that's hilarious.
On occasion, it condescends to visit you, that kind of thing.
Okay, good. I love that you guys are discussing Sanctuary.
There you go.
Awesome. I missed something, though. Yeah, Mother Nature, mood swings. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Harold says, it sounds like a great science project. Can you imagine bringing it to your computer science class? Combo computer science and entomology.
They put all these parts together. It could be this big multidisciplinary paper on the whole thing.
I love this. Julie says, it's a joke about... If you've ever worn shorts and your winter jacket on the same day, you may be from. Exactly. Wasn't that what they say about New England? If you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes.
I've heard that said about Texas.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that definitely said about Oklahoma.
Yep.
I probably would have heard that said about Little Rock. Take your pick. Many places. I think the center of the country, which gets much more extreme weather than the coasts from time to time. It really gets it all. You're really going to get socked with everything in that corridor, except perhaps hurricanes. And if you're at the bottom of the corridor, you might get that too. What the heck? But extreme heat, extreme cold, yep.
Double nerd whammy. Yeah, we happen to live, this is not, well, I guess this is weather. Yeah, it is weather. What am I talking about? It's definitely weather. We live in a wind tunnel. I don't know what it is about where we are, but it just seems like if there's an opportunity for it to be like blasting wind, that's what we get.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's been that way. I think it's gotten more severe. We've had some definite patterns moving in.
Just got an idea.
And it's much like the frozen stuff for a long time living in this house. Because we're at the foothills of the Catskills. The pattern would move in, kind of get stuck. Oh, I guess we're like a lot of friction up against the mountain, and it would just drop right there. So we get like 12 inches of snow. And then where I was working, downtown Manhattan, it was like, oh, we didn't have anything. Oh, it rained a little. Like, oh yeah, good for you. Well, in more recent years, I've seen the reverse. We get like an inch. I'm like, oh, okay. Sweep that out of the way. Get in the car, go to the train, get out in Manhattan. It's like, you guys got like 10 inches of snow. And they have no idea what to do with it. It's like, oh, what am I going to do? You know, you shovel it off the sidewalk. That's what you do. You know?
I would say that about the subway in New York. It's like 2 drops of rain, and it's like, oh my God, shut the system down.
The system, of course, has like massive air vents, which of course are massive water drains, and just fills up with water at the drop of that hat. You just see it pouring right in. It's somebody's brilliant idea in like 100 when this whole system was designed. And it's still that way. 1900. I was like 1904 it was open, but you know, they designed the system quite a bit before that, of course. So.
I was thinking that I feel like the conversation always turns to weather, so maybe we should just make that the theme of next week's video. Yeah. Next week's happy hour, weather drinks.
I've heard this said that, you know, you have nothing else to talk about. You talk about the weather, but I got to say, we're not talking about, oh, it was sunny today. Oh, it was cold today. We're talking about within the same day, hail and 80 degrees. Okay, yeah, that's
I haven't even
fun.
told Paul this. I had a giant epiphany the other day, and I didn't even mention it to Paul.
First hearing.
Wasted epiphanies. But it's not, because I'm going to share it with you right now.
There we go.
I was thinking about you know, giving a healthy amount or maybe an unhealthy amount of attention to the weather. And thinking like, that's traditionally the way people make fun of old people. Like, oh boy, if you're watching the Weather Channel all day, look out. And retirement home next.
That's it.
But I was thinking about the weather, and I was like, well, why are people obsessed with weather? Weather is outside of human control.
So therefore?
Well, that's it. That's it. That's the epiphany. It's outside of human control. So if we're fascinated by weather, there you go.
It's probably a lot of people trying to control it.
Spiders. I know, right?
But this is...
dark and stormies all around.
Hey,
oh, hi, Devin.
Go.
Good to see you.
But hey, glad to see you. Stop and say hi. Hello to you.
Glad you stopped by. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about weather. Like, it's outside of our control. So why wouldn't you be fascinated? Glendora, Jersey weather.
She'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, she'll give you a forecast, all right.
But for real and serious.
Oh.
Let's see.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm just reading about Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, flickering Atari. Spiders on the video switch.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Literal bugs.
Ugh.
And
literal bugs.
Anybody out there in our audience land right now, whoever services old electronics, I tell you, you open up the case and what do you find inside? If you service things like VCRs, you would frequently find like a peanut butter sandwich.
This is hilarious.
Put it in the slot.
Well, it wasn't hilarious at the time, Errol, but I had an engineering exam. My 3-key quit working, so every time I needed a 3, I had to use 4 minus 1.
4 minus 1?
Oh, my God. Oh, that's hilarious. Eric likes storms. I like storms if I don't have to leave the house.
Talk about a workaround.
Hi, Jamie. Good to see you. Oh, with 1,000 swans and 1 rude duck. That's great.
There you go. Oh,
Hurricanes, dark and stormy. See, Amy's writing it for us.
We get this whole episode.
I love it.
Thank you, Amy.
I love it.
We got to get those umbrellas with the little blowout. You know, I recently
Yes.
on the show made a hurricane because we were talking about inclement
And
conditions.
it was really good.
It was really good. And then, of course, we had one member of the audience, I forget who, actually said, I can think ingredients to make that, and made it at the time.
I feel like Hurricane gets a bad name, the drink, because I'm not the weather pattern. Yeah, who wants that? But I mean, the drink gets a bad name, but when it's made right and well, it's really good.
It's a simple kind of thing. And you look at the amount of booze that's in there and you go, whoa. And you look at the rest of it and you think, this is going to be one of those tall and sweet, icky things. But when we made it, and we did have really good passion.
Josie
syrup,
plucking off the keys on my
well.
laptop, Lisa.
Oh, Josie, no se toca.
I love that, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the birds are very curious. And they are very collectible, or no, very collecting is what I'm trying to say. So they'll find parts of like, well, I could use that, you know, sort of like that nesting impulse.
We get bird nests all around our house.
We have had them on 2 gutters in the front, currently not there, but last year we had birds build a nest.
But there's one on the lights out back.
It was robins, and this year I'm seeing a robin build a nest out back now. It's right on top of the sensor light, so the sensor keeps like going off in the middle of the day, and suddenly we have light. So I should see about trimming some of that end of that, but the birds can stay. They're good until the little ones come up. I'm good with that.
And then you're going to evict them?
They'll evict themselves. They left the nest last year, and I'm sure that they'll leave this one. And once it's abandoned, then that can be removed. But they're good for now.
And we
it's
put
not
a
going to bother
bird
me.
feeder
Yes.
on our laundry line so that the squirrels can't get to it. And so far they haven't.
Last year, bought one of those little cages where you can put a little cake of suet.
Don't be a pecker.
That, of course, is bird fat. Yeah, don't be, please. Hey, watch it now. And I remember my mother putting that out for the birds, and I thought, oh yeah, we should do that. I put it in the tree, and of course, it immediately gets raided by the squirrels. I put it in a different tree, more squirrels. I put it somewhere else, more squirrels. I just give up. That's it. This year, I suddenly thought, what if the squirrels couldn't climb out to it? I thought, if they tried the laundry line, they are going to just tip over. So I put it out there, no squirrels. As a matter of fact, they're out there looking at it like, I can smell that.
Oh my gosh, Amy, no way.
I can't get to that.
Amy says my dad was a meteorologist.
Wow.
He used to go down to the harbor and watch storms roll in over the ocean. Wow. That's really cool.
The closest I can say to that is growing up in southern Rhode Island, you were never far from a beach, and you were never far from the islands that are right there in the bay. And the big island is called Jamestown. Now, the natives who inhabited the island originally, I believe, called it Beaver Island. And there was a head to it and a tail to it. And there was beaver head and beaver tail.
I just like Elizabeth's comment. If I had $1 for every time I told my kiddos that, LOL, I might be able to buy a ticket on Elon's rocket.
Right.
Oh, Josie also loves shredding stuff. I love it.
20s. Oh, not good.
Oh, jeez.
And
oh, man.
Not good for...
No, Josie.
Not good for Josie either. The inks that they use there contain like some heavy metals and things. Not good for birds. So, yeah. Contraindicated.
Oh, Gettysburg says, yeah, use hot sauce in your suet. Yeah, we got one of the cakes that was hot pepper. And that was quite popular with the birds.
The birds actually liked that.
Hate the smell of it and won't touch it.
Oh, the birds love it a lot.
Mudslides, yummy. Yep. That's a good one for weather too, Jamie.
Mudslide? Boy, we got like 3
Mudslide, okay, all right.
And boom, boom.
Okay.
But, so, yeah, we put that up. And I didn't have a chance to like try the squirrels with the hot stuff.
I'm going to send a note to
because
future
it's just
Kelly.
off limits to them, period. But I did see over at the place where I was getting the suet cakes, you could buy a bottle of stuff that's hot pepper, capsaicin, and you can sprinkle that into whatever you're putting out there, and then the squirrels go, so that'll keep them away.
I'm writing a note to future Kelly.
It's a good idea.
About the weather happy hour.
Just saying. But I think that's a thing with mammals. Mammals are affected by the hot stuff, and whereas the avians are not. So they're perfectly fine. They'll sit there eating like ghost peppers, being like, whatever.
Oh, although I shouldn't laugh at this. I won't laugh at it. I'll be very sad about it. But you do see the squirrels on the ground below the bird feeder eating whatever fell.
The remains. They're scavengers. They'll pick up whatever they
Yeah,
got.
Josie loves hot peppers, and peppers are good for birds.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
We actually had some bird chilies last year, and I think I will plant that again this year. It's a very productive plant, and those little things are really fiery. Quite good to work with in cooking.
Oh my gosh, that plant went nuts.
It went really crazy. All the plants eventually came in. I remember the year we had the greenhouse, we put peppers in there. They weren't happy. We took them out, they were great, and they produced very well. And then we had a cage last year just to keep away the larger rodents from coming in and eating all the leaves. And all the peppers produced very well. I think we had jalapeno, habanero, and we did have ghost and scorpion. Yeah.
Sorry. Josie is spoiled. When we go out for fast food, she gets excited. She knows food comes out the drive-through window. Oh, smart bird.
Go to the window.
I love it.
Back on food.
I love it.
Hello. No French fries for you. But, so I will grow them again. I've got some seeds out there right now to grow 3 kinds of peppers. Oh,
Thank you.
Well,
Oh, make something else. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Oh, not worried. Here we are. By the way, take a look at the screen right now. What's he holding?
Oh, generic beer. That was a big thing in the 80s.
Third picture we've seen on this channel where people are holding cans of beer.
We have Pluto on.
And I'm thinking to myself that like the set designers and the creator are like, we're not featuring this product. Great, you're drinking beer. You know? I tell you, I've told this story before. The one time I actually had a chance to buy beer, I wasn't quite 21.
Beer.
And I got carded. So I never bought beer. Damn it. I tell you. Back when you had a whole aisle in the supermarket, that was all generic products. It was hilarious.
Well, we have a store set to stock with stuff. So maybe we could find some generic beer to stock the shelves.
I think we'll be talking to our packaging designer and say, I need some cases of beer. And we'll go from there. Which would be hilarious.
Fries sound good right about now.
Yeah, you know.
Although I have another slice of pizza coming.
You say we can make fries right behind you right now in that little thing.
Air fryer.
We've done it on air. They're really good. I've done fries many times since then. And that we've made the onion rings once, and they could have used a little less time. And we need to try them again to see if we can like nail that shut because I happen to like them, but not too many. So it would be good to control the amount.
It's so funny when people come to our house and see the air fryer there. They're like, so, the air fryer that's not in the kitchen, but in your living room. So we have to explain like, well, we thought it would be great for bar snacks. So.
And here I am at the bar, and you know, it frequently does. And happy hour in this room, but over on that couch there.
Peter, the scorpion pepper is hot. Yeah.
Scorpion is plenty hot. What am I thinking of? Is a scorpion that one that was bred from a ghost and an habanero?
That's the Carolina Reaper.
That's the Reaper. Okay. But the scorpion is hot enough on its own. Frankly, the naturally occurring ghost or the boot jalokia is as advertised.
Or was it a Scotch bonnet? I don't remember.
It might have been a Scotch bonnet.
The Scotch bonnet's not as hot as the Carolina. That's okay. So if you have Netflix and you enjoy weird
contests.
I gotta try to remember the name of this show. Hold on one sec. Because I love this show. Oh, I remember now. I don't even need to look it up. It's called We Are the Champions. So if you have Netflix, look for a show called We Are the Champions. It's all about weirdo contests. Like the first episode is the people in England who chase a wheel of cheese down a hill every year.
Some of them get incredibly injured.
Yeah, because it's a really, really steep hill. And the second episode is a chili eating contest. And the chili, like the lowest level chili in that contest is a Scotch bonnet pepper. And
that's where you start.
They keep giving them chilies that were bred to just inflict pain. It's crazy.
That ramps up very quickly. And then
Eric's fried his brain so far this week.
You end up with just like a contest with, I think, 2 people who are basically downing a scorpion. And I think, wow, I couldn't touch one of those raw.
There's a little bit left.
I think I've actually tried one just to like give it a whirl, and it's like a tiny little bit is just fire. It's just fire. That's like drinking 151 shots. You mean there's you're kind of veering away from flavor into fire territory with the liquor there. It's twice the proof that you want to be. Yeah. So we got to bear in mind. Although I have grown them, and I'll probably continue to grow them just because it's kind of fun that you can do that in the backyard. It's good to take one of them and put them in an entire pot of stew just to flavor things, you know. But
exactly.
More than that, no. Yeah. And the answer to the question about the relatives on this, habaneros and Scotch bonnet, like straight out of the gate. Wow, that's a lot of heat. So then you move up from there and then double and triple the amount of heat you're getting. It's kind of craziness. But having said that, we have actually taken the ghost pepper powder.
My brain's working on an idea.
You got that at Callustian's. And I've actually taken a sprinkle of that and infused that in alcohol and made a hot cocktail. And that's one of those things you want to take one sip at a time.
Lisa says, I can only go as high as an Anaheim pepper, which to me is just before you go to a jalapeno. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can do the really hot ones. I mean, like, I'm not one of those crazy people. Like, just a little bit. Little goes a long way when you're burning your face off.
And one thing is for certain, that if you do actually, like, enjoy a feast with a lot of the Red Hots, you will experience them again. And that's much more sensitive area.
Keep working
just saying.
For the weekend. Considered getting my high school buddies together and making a movie. We Are the Champions. I love it. I did this crazy thing called Understanding Programming Concepts.
Well, that turned out better than the original formula. This was the Pediatrician.
That was the Pediatrician. That was good.
No idea why it's called the Pediatrician, except it contains grape juice. That's a real stretch.
It really is.
Also contains a good healthy shot of gin. That's not Pediatrician at all. Well, maybe the doctor.
Oh, Gwen. Okay, is it Palinka? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
I'm going to say no, but I could not possibly do that correctly.
I would try it.
Yeah.
I don't know it, but I absolutely would try it.
There are all sorts of things in the world of liquor. For Christmas, I got a fine volume, which I think was the Oxford Companion to Spirits, and there are a lot of entries about things, very comprehensive. That was edited by David Wondrich, who, like, well-known spirits writer, also a spirits creator, and he had a very good point that when they started doing the book,
it's Hungarian.
A lot of liquor.
Sounds great.
A lot of liquor writing and magazines and all that is very Western-centric. So you know everything about, your whiskeys and gin,
right,
and American bourbon, all these sorts of things. You might even get a little bit into, like, South American liquors and liqueurs, but you don't see a lot from the rest of the world. You're not seeing a lot from, say, East Asia. And really, like, the largest spirits category in the world is Baijiu, which is where you get, like, Ergo 2 and Mutai, all of those liquors, some of which are really quite expensive and treasured in the region. But we don't hear too much about them, and it's huge. So they decided for a more egalitarian approach, and they have interests about all sorts of things.
Errol, I think you just named our next drink, the Geriatric Relaxer. I'm sitting here in my mind, like, thinking, okay, what am I going to make next?
2 ounces of prune juice.
I'm going to make the Geriatric Relaxer. Oh, boy. What am I going to do?
And there she went, folks. You named it. Now you've got to think about what
Errol
was in
named
such a
it.
thing.
I didn't name it.
Yep.
Okay, the Geriatric Relaxer.
Thinking about it. I love a challenge. 2 at the most.
We don't have prune juice, do we?
We do not, unfortunately.
Yeah.
At one point, for some reason, we did. But I'm trying to think what we do have. Give me just a moment. I might be able to come up with something interesting.
Okay. Oh, Gwen, I will look for it. We have a couple of things we need to look for in the store. So maybe this weekend. Okay. We've got a really good store. It's about 25 miles from here. So weekend plans. Oh, speaking of weekend plans. Okay. If anyone is in the Northeast and wants to meet up, we're going to be in Massachusetts on Sunday. We're planning to be at Moncu in
Attleboro.
Is it North Attleboro? West Attleboro?
Attleboro.
Attleboro. I guess just Attleboro, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get to Massachusetts, we're going to be there around 2. So, Moncu in Attleboro. It's been a long time since we've been there. Hi, Linnell. Good to see you. Oh, Dr. Pepper. That's great. Yay, Amy. Dr. Pepper is a great idea for this. Mm-hmm. We don't have any, but it's brilliant. I love it. The geriatric relaxer. That's what I like to do all day.
We're not calling you geriatric.
Hello, Paul on the prune juice. Do we still have prunes or?
We have some, and they're pretty old and pretty dried out, so they wouldn't be.
I know they're dried out, but it could be a garnish.
You'd have a lot of fun getting a skewer through that.
All right. Paul is saying that the prunes are a no-go.
Just saying.
This is what happens when you think of these things live.
Yeah, you got to think about what you're kicking around inside the little cabinet there. Oh, but guess what? I found what I was thinking about.
He found something. What did you find?
You don't have prunes. We do have homemade pruneau.
What's in this?
Raisins.
No.
Give it a sniff. Try it out.
You can't make me use it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not making you do anything. But give it a sniff. Try it out.
If you don't have prune juice, a Senecot tablet will do.
Oh my.
You know, it actually doesn't smell bad.
It's probably mellowed a bit.
But if I make a drink with this, how do I tell people, like, oh, use prune liqueur?
There is such a thing in the market, though.
There is?
Yeah. Probably coming from Eastern Europe.
It actually smells like an intriguing ingredient.
Maybe you need to start going.
All right.
Just saying.
Let's find out, though, before we
recommend that you do this. In terms of actual this is not how people make pruneau. Well, maybe it is how people make pruneau.
Well, no, it was a joke when we did this.
Yeah, it is. Come to think of it. This was made with raisins, but usually what you would do is, like, cadge some bread yeast.
I stand corrected. There's a lot of prune liqueur out there.
Bingo. People also ask, is there a prune liqueur? Answer. Mm-hmm. And plum liqueur.
Okay, you know what? I'll go ahead and use it because apparently prune liqueur.
You can go buy prune liqueur just like that.
All right. Okay, yeah, we're thinking of being there around 2. Moncu around 2. It rhymes. Yeah, you could use a plum brandy.
That'd be a pretty good idea, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just talking like the different.
So I need a shaker.
Okay.
And we're going to work out the geriatric relaxer. All right.
And try to relax. Well, when it's time to relax, one thing stands clear.
One thing stands clear. I'm not touching that. All right. I'm going to try it with tequila. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one we can measure with. All right. Geriatric relaxer. What could go wrong? Okay. Hi, Ryan. Good to see you. Welcome. You're just being fancy calling it prune liqueur. Yeah, we are. Exactly. Okay, so we're so not fancy.
Not standing on ceremony.
We try, but we usually fail. Okay, I'm thinking. You want to write this down for me?
I would be glad to.
Hello, DJ Southpaw. Good to see you. I'm waiting for Paul to be available to take dictation.
And for me to relax and start tapping.
2 ounces tequila, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. It's a good place to start with something that you're going to throw some pruneau into. Let's just say.
It's not actually pruneau, because pruneau would be wine. I guess pruneau is whatever you can make.
It is whatever you can make out of it. And usually raisins are probably easier to cadge than grapes, because people would think in prison you might want to be making wine out of, wine materials.
Let's call it ounce.
Scant half ounce.
Prune liqueur.
Truth be told.
You could call it a scant half ounce if you want.
Truth be told, this can't be Pruno because it's a liqueur. It's not a fermented product made out of raisins.
Or I mean, I only know this from like TV, but don't they soak like slices of bread
to get the yeastness
to get the
out of it?
yeast out? Yeah.
I don't think there's any live yeast in bread, but there's live yeast sitting in the atmosphere. So we just let it sit around for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, fresh.
Yes, please. Thank you. Now, I think this definitely needs bitters. So
yeah.
I'm going to drop out for a second and find just the right thing for the geriatric relaxer.
What could possibly go with that sort of thing? Well, you'll find something there. Got some great stuff in there. I'm thinking of like, oh, that has to go. Yep, there we go. What else might go into that? We got some really old-fashioned bitters. That seems to like kind of hit the the need right there.
All right. I'm thinking.
And yep. And we haven't actually ever tried to make a genuine Pruno. Like, what is like a really obvious dried fruit that you can find and just let it sit in some water and ferment?
I think we need to soak like orange peels in a slice of bread or something.
I think that that'll get you something that will go moldy really quick.
Well, yeah.
But so would the prunes, so I think you really have to watch what's going on.
But
the sugar content.
Any port in a storm, right?
Yeah, the sugar content with yeast will start the alcohol flowing, and that is a good idea.
All right.
In terms of fighting the mold, of course.
I'm going to do.
Hi, Southpaw. Good to see you.
Do we have a quarter ounce? Well, I'll just do it on here.
We have the half ounce measure, and if you wanted to use that, that's probably better than eyeballing it through the glass.
No, because I have. Okay.
Okay.
That wasn't even it. That was like a dash.
So we're going to call that a dash.
A dash of aromatic bitters.
Use the Bogarts, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm thinking it still needs something.
Give it a sniff and see where the aroma is going, and that might tell you. We also have the peels. A little bit of garnish is a good idea.
I'll be right back.
There we go. Experimentation continues. I'm going to give this a sniff and see where it's going. That could turn out well.
Or it could turn out horribly.
Or it could turn out horribly. But we're going to keep on going.
I've got it.
Walk on down the hall.
I've got it.
Yep.
All right. We're going to change the lemon to 3/4 of an ounce.
Okay.
And I'm going to do
backwards.
A half ounce of apricot liqueur too.
Okay. Come on.
Has Mother always had dried apricots on hand?
Yeah, she usually did.
It was just a thing.
She liked them. They're good.
This is my tribute.
And, you know, you could easily make that into a liqueur. And you could make that into a liquor by fermenting them if you were really desperate. That was a half ounce of the apricot?
Yes. And if you wouldn't mind handing me some spray and
oh, sure, because you've been handling
that
all
apricot
of the
liqueur bottle was
all of the sticky bottles. The apricot, I believe, is Combier, which is yet another French producer that's been around for 200 years making liqueurs, and that apricot is excellent. So
shake with ice and strain into a cocktail glass.
We'll get that going. So I gotta say, like, if you're looking for a higher quality of all of these liqueurs out there, all of these brands that we see, whether it's the Combier, the Giffard, or the Brizard, they all have a full line. There's all sorts of things that they make. They're all really natural flavors.
Why not, right?
They're just regular strength, probably about 40 proof. They're great mixers. Excellent flavors. So,
it smells so weird.
There's a lot of different flavors going on in there. The name of the show is Questionable Remedies. This might be a pretty questionable cocktail.
Oh, DJ Southpaw. I bet there are some phone numbers.
Look around.
Here.
Doug frequently chimes in if he's not
I
actually
don't see
chiming
Doug
right
tonight,
now.
but anyway.
I'm trying to think who else does. I know some
you.
members who are definitely, well, or probably watching, but do it on a smart TV. So don't comment. So that's the thing, and that's is also a principle in general with this. If you're like, well, I want to see it on a big TV, sure.
That's true.
But your television doesn't have a keyboard for that. So if you wanted to actually chime in, you're going to have to go and log in on one of these services, on your tablet, on your phone, etc. Geritol.
Gonna need a Geritol. Hi, Chaz. Good to see you.
Oh yeah.
Aww.
Johnny's Remedies. Thinking of Mrs. McCready's surgical bruise.
Mrs. McCready's surgical bruise lotion. And if you get that reference,
only the famous in this house.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a twist because
we have all these twists. We might as well use them. That's an excellent idea with every.
He
single
warned
thing
me against using one of the prunes.
Yeah. Oh, we have a tequila commercial. How about that?
This is really good.
How about made up on the spot? We have again the geriatric.
I don't know what that says about me that I'm enjoying the geriatric relaxer.
It means that you know how to mix something up by scratch and get the balance right. The geriatric relaxer, again, 2 ounces reposado tequila, 1/2 ounce prune liqueur. We used our own Bruno, so to speak, and it's working nice. 3/4 of an ounce fresh lemon, 1/2 ounce of apricot liqueur, and a dash of we used Bogart's bitters because we had them, and they're very potent and they're nice. They may be hard to find in your area. Ask about them at your store, though. They might be able to get them. Exactly. I think it's Bitter Truth makes these. Yes.
Yep.
And those are widely available, but you can always use Angostura, these. There are many old-fashioned bitters on the market by now that are very good. Shake, strain, cocktail glass.
It's good.
It does have a weird nose.
It's good. It is.
It really
just
has a weird
weird
nose to it.
But it's really good.
You're like, I don't know what's in this, and the tequila base is a little different.
Is it Bogarts or Bogarts?
Bogarts or Bogarts? Well, let's see.
Look at the bottle.
The bottle says.
He wrote Bogart.
Oh, Bogarts. Sorry.
Bogarts.
Yeah.
Like, who's Bogart?
I'm thinking of Tim Bogart from the Vanilla Fudge, who are, I believe, playing in Peekskill soon. I was tempted to go see them. We saw the Association recently, speaking of a similar era of band. Very different style of band. But Vanilla Fudge was actually very influential at the time.
Oh, Earl says that's why we do the TV in 2 phones, one on YouTube and the other on Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your commitment to this.
That's hardcore.
It is.
That's like
we appreciate
that's like the 3 conduits that you could possibly find us in right now. That's awesome. Much appreciated. That's actually, well, it's 2 views. The television isn't going to log anything at all for us, whatever. But if you want to see us big, hey, that's the way to go. Always good with that.
Do you have something in mind?
Well, I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do, and I was kind of thinking about this bottle, which I dumped over the other day, but I didn't spill it all.
The other day.
So I still have this right here.
Half
an hour ago. And I thought I wanted to chill the glass a bit. Get rid of some of the excess. I thought I might throw in, I wanted to build one in glass. And I have my measure here. So I'm going to go with a 1/2 ounce of lemon.
Did you cherish that show? It was good. They were tight.
They were tight. We had one original member on stage who I believe was Jules, also known as Gary on their first couple of albums. We have their first album, and he's in fact Gary.
Wait, what are you making?
I don't know yet, but give it a generic title, and we'll go from there. You can start with a 1/2 ounce of lemon. That's what I put in there.
Okay.
And, what do you know? He's in this picture, too.
Stop watching TV.
Sorry, it's on there. It's very attractive. You recognize him. And
I'm not going to watch TV because I know how to focus.
I want to throw in here? Maybe I want to look at this a little base. I wanted something a little unusual. Base. Oh. And maybe.
Aww.
I don't mean to make it.
Spent New Year's.
I don't mean to make it stand out of frame, but
you need to make a drink called the Sneezer. Well, maybe that could be this drink.
Who's the brandy?
Oh, we're getting a question. When are the Velvetones performing? We're performing at Milltown on August 6th.
Milltown Hot Rod.
Thank you for the setup.
Yeah, I believe that's is that Sturbridge?
Yes.
Yes. As a matter of fact, We will be driving through Sturbridge soon
if
enough,
not
I think.
Before,
we will actually be there on August 6th. So I don't know who else is playing. I haven't seen a schedule yet.
I know.
But
apparently we're on it.
If I do cop into that, then I'd be glad to let you know what all is going on. But we will be among the featured acts. So.
Oh, I love that you guys were here on New Year's.
Yeah. But I think we hit 3.
No, we made it. I think we've done. Have we done 4?
I think we did 4 time zones one time a while ago.
Oh, right, because I remember we were trying to push for
New Zealand.
New Zealand,
New Zealand hit first, so maybe I was trying to push for the UK.
Yeah, we're trying to push for Hawaii.
Yeah, and
that didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, we don't have any viewers from Hawaii.
Aww.
So if you are in fact watching from the islands,
Geezer the Sneezer.
I'm envious, and
Geezer the
chime
Sneezer.
in sometime. It'd be great to hear from you.
All right.
I was also tempted to go lidless tonight because she's insisted I wear the hat because it's the lab coat. Nobody in a lab coat wears a hat.
Exactly. Okay.
But I do. This is very important. I do happen to have the pen. The 4-way pen. It's actually a 4-way pen.
You don't have the pocket protector though.
And I have the flashlight. So it's what you need in the lab coat.
They've named this Geezer the Sneezer.
Okay. Half ounce of lemon juice. I could use. You know what? That sounds like medicine. Let's get some brandy in there.
All right.
Yep. It's a little simple thing. I'll put some pizzazz into it.
Simplicity at its finest.
Yeah.
All right. How much brandy?
I'll go for an ounce of brandy. We're going to make this a little lower octane. This is designed to relieve, not cause pain.
Because my drink was designed to cause pain.
Need some bitters in there. I think I will echo you with the Bogarts, also known as Bokers. You'll see these will produce Bokers sometime. Boker's been off the market for a long time, but Bitter Truth brought them back by examining an ancient bottle.
Oh! Ails says, it can be done. I stayed up until 5 in Grace. I did cheat and take a nap from 7 to midnight. That's smart. I wish I could take naps. No pocket protector. He has a pocket protector somewhere.
Yeah, I do in fact.
One of the many things in this house.
It's actually Dr. Benstock pocket protector.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. So far, that's just a little lemon juice, a little brandy, and some bitters. There's an ounce of the brandy.
Wait,
half ounce of the lemon.
How much bitters? What did you do?
Dash of bitters. Sorry, I can't dash with that bottle. Because it doesn't have a dasher top. And if you decided to pour, you might get half an ounce, which is a little heavy. So I very carefully pour into this guy and give it a shake in. There you go. So far, this thing is just a very sour bunch of brandy. Let's actually top that up with Angry Orchard Tropical.
Oh, jeez.
So what do we got here? Smells good. Give it a stir.
You want a straw?
I will take a straw. I'll take one of those bombillas if we have it.
Yep.
Yeah, we do. How about that? This is a great way to go. You can probably find these in your international market. These are designed to drink mate tea. One of our correspondents is Argentine, I believe, and recognizes this immediately.
Yep.
But if you were from Brazil, you would probably also be drinking the mate tea. Actually, I think the whole region is very crazy for mate.
Geezer the Sneezer.
Geezer the Sneezer.
It has been named.
There we go. Oh, last thing, I'll take a lemon peel. Lemon peel in brandy with some hot water or some tea, that's kind of a classic remedy right there. We started out this broadcast the idea talking about old wives' tales. Then we thought, well, how about expanding that? Because I don't really know any old wives' tales that I would make a drink out of. Hey!
All right.
You guys liked it. And a classic thing to do back in the day, it's you're not feeling very well, hot water or hot tea, a shot of brandy, and a lemon peel. And maybe some honey. And that's the sort of thing that's supposed to cure everything. I think it's the sort of thing that'll make you feel better and probably calm your throat down. And those are two good things when you're on fire. So. Oh, yum. Recommended. You could make that with just a straight up cider. I would recommend a dry style of cider.
And not tropical cider?
And I would not recommend tropical out of the gate because it's a little on the sweet side, but we have it.
This is good, though. This is a good application of that cider.
The extra flavors are not harming anything. And if the flavors of pineapple and passion fruit are making you think of islands and beaches and heat and dryness and drying out your sinuses, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe it's the power of suggestion mixed drink.
I'm still envious of anyone who's had a vacation recently or is on a vacation.
I tell you, because we just keep working.
Aww.
One of these days.
Yeah. Vacation.
That's good. We had several correspondents. Nice. We had several correspondents, I believe 3 earlier, who were asking about anything good for allergies. I'm going to go ahead and say, if you tried this, you may well feel better. Would it stop you sneezing? It depends on what's making you sneeze. Probably not. But would it interact too terribly with anything you took for sneezing? Depends what you're taking. Maybe not. It's just pretty light. There's only an ounce of hard stuff in here. The rest of it's the cider. That's about it.
Harry says, I had to leave the live stream temporarily because I think my phone had one of those geriatric relaxers and the battery wore out. I had to replace the battery in my phone recently because you would fully charge it and it would immediately die. It was the most depressing thing. And I thought I have to get a new phone. So I went through the whole process and I wasn't even trying to get the latest model. And it was going to be $1,000. How much is a new battery? $50. Yeah, that was an easy choice to make.
Pretty easy bit of math there.
Yeah.
You know, these companies will...
Yes, Ohana coming up. I was thinking of that today. There was an Ohana email today. So if you're going to Ohana, check your email. There was an email. Yeah, it sustained me.
It will tell you all about it.
2 months. 2 months and 3 days, to be honest.
Honestly, if you're on the list for this event, you haven't seen too much lately. Ugh. I think there's been some comment about that out there, and then suddenly there's something about it. Well, it certainly is hell happening, and there are certainly many events going on. We know several DJs who are working this, and some of the bands. So. This
is so funny. Elizabeth says, I love both sides of old wives' tales. First, the things that will make you deathly ill, like a wet head outside. And then the things to cure it, like Vicks Vapor Rub.
Steam rubs on your feet.
Oh.
I remember getting Vicks Vapo on the chest. And then there was the steamer that would put it into your room in vapor form. And honestly, at the end of the day, it was just a bunch of eucalyptus. Does that have medicinal properties? Yes. Jeez. Yes. So...
Eric says, I probably would have been home a little earlier, but I do live near where that bridge collapsed. Oh, jeez.
Brother. If anybody talks about major projects in this particular country upon which we stand right now, and anyone wants to say the term infrastructure, yeah. There's been
Fix the bridges.
Several calls for that from government over the past many years. And I got to say, our local, very, very long bridge over the Hudson River was completely replaced recently. And it is a real relief to be driving over something that seems to be much more solid than the prior. That bridge was kind of scary.
There was a night when you were driving me home one time when we were driving over the Tappan Zee Bridge. Mm-hmm. And this was when it was really on its last legs. And I remember looking out the window, and through the bridge, you could see the river below.
There were holes in this bridge.
There were holes in that bridge. And I just remember thinking,
But, okay. That bridge, it pretty quickly got...
Please get me over this bridge.
Much more traffic than it was intended.
Yeah.
And also lasted a good 20 years more than it was expected to. So,
hey, Amy...
That happens.
Amy, I'm with you. Yeah, Amy's excited for Ohana too. This is no idea for an apocalyptic tiki costume. I have an idea that has nothing to do with tiki, so... I'm
going to say right now, anything.
I think anything goes.
Anything post-apocalyptic literature will do. There were suggestions of Mad Max. That's fine. But I'm thinking to myself...
Where's that confounded bridge? Exactly.
Confounded bridge?
I know, right, Elizabeth?
Can't find the bridge.
Okay, yeah,
I can't find the
driving
bridge.
On air.
So
that was
Where was that
not
bridge?
Funny.
It was not underneath my feet, which is a distance.
It was over the Hudson River.
So in terms of costumes, my suggestion is find your favorite. You know, one of my favorites?
I remember that, Eric. I remember that bridge collapse.
Do you remember the television show Arc 2? There you go. There's some post-apocalypse for you. They were driving around in a Brubaker box. Any car fans out there? That's kind of fun.
I gotta see that. I gotta see that before Ohana.
It's a really inane show. But they had a crew of 4, including a chimp, which was pretty amazing. The chimp was the smart one.
I have an idea for a costume, which is not much of a costume. I will not be winning any contests, but it cracks me up, and that's really all that matters.
That's the kicker.
Yeah, that's all that matters,
yep.
Is that I will be laughing at myself. But I still have to go out and buy stuff for it.
Yeah. I need a few things for that.
Yeah, yeah. Cheap things. If this costume costs me more than $10, it was a pathetic waste of money.
Pathetic failure. Absolutely. Positive.
Oh, Marty's here. Hi, Marty and
hey!
Nina. Excited for Ohana, especially after Surfer Joe.
Yeah.
That was so much fun and put me in the mood for Ohana.
Lorenzo et Compagnie actually really kicked it out of the park on 2 big occasions. One starting right here. That was awesome. I thought that was so great to have the band.
Hi, it's all Jan.
Sit and relax and just play. And, you know, Lorenzo actually said, hey, I think we should come back Sunday and record our next album. He just thought that the sound inside the room was great. I thought the sound inside the room was great. It's all
Jan says the bridges from New Jersey and Philly need a little TLC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's a bridge that goes to Trenton that looks a little rickety, isn't there? If I recall correctly.
Harold says, love the bridge in the movie Road Trip. Bob Hope could jump that in a golf cart. What? I gotta see that. Show that scene to an older lady. She laughed like a bunch of kids thinking they can do that. Oh, no.
Thinking about it. I want to see the old lady in a Challenger jumping that bridge. Just saying, you know. She can do it.
Amy says a friend suggested Apocalypse Now, and I said, boy, that's a happy, feel-good idea. But then, like, yeah, Apocalypse Now. Batiki.
Well.
Just, like, take anything. My ideas from Soil and Grain.
Aren't the participants in Apocalypse Now in South Asia? Just thinking, you know, where a lot of this stuff comes. Now, by the same token, all I can think of with Apocalypse Now is a character in fatigues and a khaki T-shirt going Saigon. Shit. I'm still only in Saigon.
You can't say that. We'll go to social media jail.
Yeah, whatever. I gotta get the quote right.
Saigon. Beep. You can't, yeah.
Hey, I believe everything else.
Ryan says winter's almost done, so it's time for our other season, construction. I
already started.
Learned something yesterday. This is only in regards to construction. In New York City, and I assume other cities probably too, so many buildings have scaffolding around them like they're under construction, but the scaffolding has been up there for years.
Ages.
I learned yesterday that the scaffolding stays up forever because it's cheaper to leave the scaffolding up than do the work. I never knew that. I was like, wow.
Blows your mind.
Kind of blew my mind. Like, okay.
It kind of implies that the building company decides that they're going to do the work and then says it's too expensive, but it's cheaper to leave it up. So they just keep it going. Now, I've seen buildings that do this ages and ages and ages. It's true. It's astonishing.
A MASH theme would be great. Someone did kind of a MASH. Well, they did like a was it MASH? Would you call it MASH? A crawl room. The one the year that was the speakeasy.
The speakeasy was actually
Army Hospital. That was great.
It was a World War II themed speakeasy.
Yeah, it was so
well
great.
done.
It was
and their drink was awesome. They used some really good stuff. I was really amazed. I was like, yeah, I'm trying this for sure.
Harold says, Lisa does the hand cover to me too when she feels it's necessary.
Wow, wow, wow. Are we still live? Boom, done. It's not a big problem. I don't think that,
I'm going to annoy so many people with this from now.
I think that the 7 dirty words you can't say on TV is a little overrated by contemporary standards.
Elizabeth says I'd have to come as a Toxic Avenger.
Oh!
See, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Let's put it this way. Is Toxie actually...
Toxic Avenger.
Is Toxie post-apocalyptic? No. But would he look right?
Yeah, done.
Doesn't
matter.
That's the thing. A MASH theme is not post-apocalypse, so we're just kind of like running the gamut on that, running the line. I would say we're kind of talking like, does Apocalypse Now works? Well, only by title, as a matter of fact. But it's an interesting idea to work with. I'm still thinking find all of those early 70s pictures where the future was going to be so bad. And it was just like, it's everything from Omega Man to Planet of the Apes to all of the sequels to Planet of the Apes, Escape From, Battle For. I mean, all of the future, even when the apes returned to the 70s, it looks terrible. It just looks so bad. That's what things looked like at the time. A lot of garbage, a lot of pollution.
Marty says, I love Mad Max knockoff B movies like Warriors of the Wasteland. I affectionately called him my Bad Max flex. I love it.
Wasn't there something called Night of the Comet where like the world gets destroyed and these like 4 teenagers have to actually survive in the wasteland? What about
Logan's Run?
Robot Monster is kind of post-apocalyptic, I think. Logan's is absolutely post-apocalyptic.
Yes.
That's a future society living underground because of the wasteland. They can't leave. Well, until the end of the picture.
No, it's not. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I had an idea, but...
But of course, really the champion of this all has to be Soylent Green. Not necessarily post-apocalypse, but it's post-disaster.
My idea is from Soylent Green.
And we bear in mind...
But tiki.
We bear in mind that Soylent Green is set in that futuristic year... 2022. So we've achieved. Frankly, when I look at the truly terrible weather patterns happening out there, I gotta say, I think we've actually achieved Soylent Green. Yeah. Hashtag Jersey. Max Headroom. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jersey. I'm sorry. That's it, Elizabeth. Jersey has certainly been exactly that polluted for years, and certain areas. If you want to like truck around Elizabeth, you go, wow, what happened to this wasteland? But many areas that used to look very post-apocalypse, circa 1970,
cussing in church, Lisa. What? Oh.
Areas that used to look pretty...
on the beach? Okay.
Post-apocalyptic. Don't look so much anymore. Like Jersey City or Hoboken. There used to be a lot of abandoned infrastructure there that really is just being repurposed.
Honestly, if we're going to put this together, the final scene in Planet of the Apes is on the beach.
It's on the beach. And there's a beach.
So if we're doing tropical... beach.
It's on the beach. This kind of makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I think it's New York because the Statue of Liberty's there, but it's on the beach.
It has to be East Coast. It has to be Manhattan Island that they've been skirting around. The island's gone. They're just sort of like cruising around.
You know what they should do? Here's me
thinking about it.
Party planning. We'll see. If I was planning this party, I would get like the Statue of Liberty arm to be sticking up from the floor.
Now you're talking.
See?
What will
Chaz says Warriors, come out and play.
Warriors. That's when New York City looked pretty post-apocalyptic, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. DJ Southpaw, Escape from New York. You can certainly see the two of you as Blank Ray and Dominique. Oh.
I'm kind of thinking of like a white jumpsuit, a white jumpsuit, Doc Martens, and a bowler hat. What about that? Maybe a cane. Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
Yeah.
Kind of in a white jumpsuit right now. Just saying. Not post-apocalyptic, but dystopian future. No, I think that fits.
Oh, Chess says I'm going as Victor Buono beneath the planet. Bravo.
Ace aside, my friend.
Love it.
That is some kind of killer.
My right North Star is just a random extra in Soylent Green, but I'm making it tiki.
Let's make it happen.
I'm slightly making it tiki.
Well, maybe a little tiki. Soylent is a very beige world. The world of New York 2022 just looks like just icky. And then all of the exterior scenes, they put like a green filter on it, so it just looks like there's this haze happening all the time. The air quality is supposed to be terrible.
Yep.
The heat is supposed to be unbearable. It sounds like most of our eastern cities during the summer.
Paul on the Soylent Green, have you ever known a technical project to occur on time?
Not within the time frame that was indicated, no. And I must say that I don't work on...
Oh, Lisa, that's hilarious.
I don't work on technical projects, but I work on a lot of legal projects, and those do not necessarily happen in the time frame either.
Escape from New York.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good one, Elizabeth.
That's, again... probably not post-apocalyptic, but dystopian. Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
I think dystopian totally qualifies.
A future where New York City itself is just a giant prison.
It's bad when Errol and the mortician at church get together. No. Oh, that's
hilarious. Let us talk about
Zardoz, yeah.
Zardoz.
Hey, where's Tank Girl? Okay, Tank Girl, yeah.
Now we're talking. Hey,
Zardoz.
yeah.
Oh.
If we're going to talk about
so
these
many
futures,
good ideas.
How about if we're going to talk about like a fairly dystopian and government irregularity future, and we want to come as Judge Dredd? Now you're talking.
Okay.
Speaking of your comic books, I think Tank Girl started out as a comic book on Charlton. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Amy just posted the whole movie of Night of the Comet. So if you're watching this
I just randomly remembered
YouTube.
That. I thought, isn't that post-apocalyptic? The world gets destroyed, 5 teenagers survive. Thank you.
Amy just posted on Facebook the entire movie of Night of the Comet on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, you can see this on YouTube.
Check this stuff out, kids. So thank you very much. That's hilarious. I think I saw that once.
I love this idea.
I don't even know.
I'm glad I'm glad we brought it up because so many fun ideas.
Oh, it just goes and goes.
Yeah, I love it.
Because it's not even our theme, but we're
Demolition
working.
Man.
Man, you can just keep going and going. Yeah.
Demolition Man. I love it.
Oh, funny. I just heard a version of Demolition Man on the radio this morning by Grace Jones. Wasn't that good? Yeah. Yeah, that was good. This is a great version of Night Clubbing, too.
Burgess Meredith with a book and no glasses. Yeah, Twilight Zone. Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair. And it really is. It's so cruel.
I know, it's so sad.
It's so cruel.
Like, so sad.
It's really just like
it's so sad.
The most vicious episode on such a hapless character. Gotta tell you.
Cherry
Burgess
2000.
Meredith plays it so well.
I haven't seen Cherry 2000. Have you?
No.
Got our viewing cut out.
I tell you. Cherry 2000 kind of sounds like a Russ Meyer picture, but it's not.
No.
It's something else.
Yeah.
We just saw Russ Meyer because we were watching, what was that? Amazon Woman on the Moon, where he appears as the video store clerk. Hilarious.
Oh, that's so funny. We just
awesome.
watched that last night.
The franchise.
Slave to the Rhythm.
Slave to the Rhythm? Yes. No, that's killer. Night Clubbing is great. And that album, of course, has that great track, Pull Up to the Bumper. Song about parking.
Do you want to try the strawberry cider?
I would be glad to.
I'm going to go get it.
Shall we? I'll vamp. What else was I thinking of in terms of apocalypse? Again, I'm back to Art 2. That was actually a fun show. It's kind of a daft show. It's one of these filmation things from the 70s. But it's all about like the future where like the planet is completely decimated because of pollution. Well, circa 1973 when this show was made, it kind of looked like that's where we were going to head to, and then there was oil crises and everything, and it was really terrible. And inflation was out of control, et cetera, and I'm like, gas prices are high, inflation is high, wages are slow, income inequality is going crazy. Oh, wait, that's today. So I just feel like we've attained exactly what I was thinking of when I was a kid. Maybe that's just. I was kind of hoping it would turn out differently. But, back when the future was bad.
Lots of tiki wear in Cherry 2000.
That would be a great name for a documentary, just saying. Let's grab...
So we're going to try the strawberry cider from the Angry Orchard box.
So they are claiming with this hard fruit cider, strawberry, gluten-free of course, 5% again. Do they say anything at all about the flavor balance? No. We're about to find out.
Strawberry.
Strawberry?
Valley girls survive the apocalypse. Girls just want to have fun.
So true. So true. All right. So we need some sampling glasses because I took away our test tubes.
I'm going to, Amy, I'm still watching Night of the Comet.
Oh, please.
I haven't seen it, but...
You get to be Hamilton.
Thank you.
I get to be Burr. The winner of that duel, and also the loser. The nose is very sweet.
Your lab coat could be Miller from Repo Man. Oh, I love Repo Man. Have a plate of shrimp.
Maybe one day you're just thinking of plate, or you're thinking of shrimp, and then suddenly you see the word shrimp or plate.
Okay, wait. Cherry 2000. All right, we're getting some love over here on
You find one
YouTube.
in every call.
All right, Cherry 2000.
Everybody, of course.
Zardoz. Okay.
Everybody except me, of course.
I love it.
Everybody except me, of course, understands that all of these supplementary characters in Repo Man are named after beers.
Yes.
That did not occur to me at the time.
Yes. This is good.
It's good.
It's good.
It smells a lot sweeter than it is.
Yes.
It's just, it could still use a little sour to balance it out.
I was going to give myself some lemon juice.
But I'm going to have another shot of this while you think about what you're doing with this.
Actually, I was just going to pour some in my glass with some lemon juice.
Good idea.
A little bit of lemon.
Zardoz is fun too, and then the actual denouement of Zardoz, where they reveal what the title is all about, that's pretty hilarious too. I start to think that like Vanishing Point is post-apocalyptic, but it's
Girl.
not. It's not.
Tank Girl on Tubi. Oh, Amy, you're
Hello.
the best.
Man, finding all this stuff. I remember that graphic. I think from the CD cover.
All right, here's what I'm doing. I gave myself some lemon juice, and I poured in some cider. Hand that to you. Don't knock it over.
I'll take it.
And then I'm going to add some bitters. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's hard to dash from that bottle. You don't want a lot of that bitters. Those are pretty potent.
That's plenty.
Yeah, it's pretty good splash there. So.
Good. It's exactly what I wanted. Oh, and look, it's floating on the top. I could use a swizzle stick. Because I don't want it to float on the top.
Actually. I like that layer. That layer looks
It looks beautiful.
It looks like the layer of haze above New York City and
it looks beautiful.
Soylent Green. Just saying.
Oh, Death Race 2000. Oh, Marty. Yes, that's a good idea. Oh, Tank Girl and Tubi is a full movie. Okay, all right. I'm trying to think, like, maybe... Oh, Saturday. I'm going to binge watch all these movies.
Let's check them out, folks. It is time. It's time for a lot of things to happen. How do you get my glass back?
This is good. Okay, the strawberry...
No, I'm not going to get that.
With a large amount of aromatic bitters and some lemon juice is good.
I'm going to do the following. We're going to larger glass. Here we go. Make sure that's nice and polished.
Yes, Michael Nesmith and Repo Man. Yes.
He had a cameo in Repo Man and also Tapeheads, which I believe he co-produced both of those. Aww. So not too surprised.
Oh, Ryan says the strawberry one is great with a dash of cocoa bitters. That sounds amazing. All right, we'll do that.
I'm going to try the following. I'm going to echo what she's doing.
Okay.
But
you want the cocoa bitters?
Not yet. Prior to this broadcast, we thought about mocktails.
Because that sounds great.
We had some requests for mocktails recently, and I thought we haven't done those with regularity in a while, but I'm always up for one because if you just happen to have the ingredients on hand, you can have a whole bunch of these.
You're doing a legit mocktail. I'm going to...
Yeah. So I'm going to go with a base. The base happens to be dandelion root tea. This is like our sort of magic bullet these days. I'm going to go with a full shot of this, 1.5 ounces.
Now, what are you making?
I'm making a cocktail in glass.
Are you making the one that we had the other day? Because that was really good.
It was? But I'm not making that because I have the cider, so I'm going to top with that instead. But I could make that. Yep.
Does this have a name?
Not yet, but it might. Maybe somebody here can name it. Dandelion root tea.
Wait, okay, is that all you've done so far?
Yep, 1/2 ounce of lemon.
Wait, how much dandelion root tea did you do?
1.5. Okay. What else goes in there? Oh, yes. Let's start with, we'll give that a dash of this.
And 1/2 ounce fresh lemon juice.
Yep.
Okay.
Since I'm using some cider as a topper, that's a bit sweet. I'm going to use just a bit, maybe.
So it's not going to be a mocktail. I'm going to call that a 1/2 ounce.
Yep, that's true.
So this isn't a... This is not a mocktail because that was...
That wasn't a 1/2 ounce, though.
Actually, it was more like 3/4 of an ounce, but...
No, I just give it a dash. All right, so I'll give it another dash, and we'll actually call that 1/2 ounce. And maybe I'll call it
now,
done.
what is that?
This is ginger syrup.
Okay.
Non-alcoholic. And I'll make that a full 1/2 ounce.
It's in a liquor bottle. You can see my confusion.
You can, it's true.
All right.
You know, I'll stop there, and we'll call that the mocktail.
Okay. It needs a name.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Satellite. Good to see you. Oh,
hello.
tape heads. Amy, we love tape heads. We watch tape heads regularly. We love tape heads.
That's good. Needs ice.
Oh, Marty, you need to just get on the wait list. You know, like, you'll get... I mean, I have no connection to getting you in, but if you just get on the wait list, you'll probably get in.
Here's my...
Oh, Buckaroo Bonsai, yes. Yes.
Across the 8th dimension?
Yes.
Yeah. Not post-apocalyptic, but it is definitely science.
Oh, Eric's saying, yeah, I just discovered there's an NCIS Hawaii. I haven't seen it, but I have heard about that. It would be inclined to watch an NCIS in Hawaii.
Dandelions. Now, you can probably dry and make your own dandelion root tea easily. Well, I wouldn't say easily.
Eric, let us know what's in the snowball, and we can work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so what have you put in here?
So far, I've got 1.5 ounces.
Hey, was Mo the Sleaze there when you went to Server Joe? I don't know. Marty, are you here? Was Mo the Sleaze there?
Which venue are you thinking of?
Yeah, this was in... Yeah, I don't know.
This was Westtown, New York, which is pretty obscure.
There were some fairly sleazy people there. So.
There were, as a matter of fact.
Oh wait, outside voice.
Yep.
Darn outside voice.
I don't know if they were sleazy. I would think that would make them sound like a lot more than they were. There were some really ordinary locals, shall we say.
So, but you put in cider, correct?
No cider. Mocktail.
Okay, so this is just these three ingredients.
These ingredients.
Okay. That is really good. We had that the other night.
Yeah.
That is delicious.
I'm going to add a peel because we got a lot of peels. Might as well use them, right?
Needs a name.
And a little bit of that lemon oil really does punch this a bit. I think I'm also going to add a little bit more of the dandelion. So maybe make that base
2 ounces.
2 ounces. With whatever else I'm adding there.
It tastes like a cocktail. So 2 ounces of dandelion root tea, 1/2 ounce ginger syrup, and 1/2 ounce fresh lemon juice. Shake with ice, strain into a cocktail glass, and garnish with a twist of lemon. No alcohol, and it stands up too. I've had so many cocktails that were so much worse. It's really good. It's really good.
If you were served this in a place and they said, well, this is the fill in the blank, you'd be like, oh, great. You wouldn't miss the liquor.
Yeah, you wouldn't. It's really good.
You'd have several of these and say, wow, this is great. I'm not getting all loaded. Reason for that.
Oh, Wall-E. Oh, okay. Julie, thank you.
Oh.
Oh, okay, Marty can't be there, but...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, Marty, we were there for the Bully Cowboy.
We didn't miss that.
We were there.
I was standing right next to Bully. And he was being obnoxious.
Oh, yeah, that was...
And I thought to myself,
crazy.
do I want to get in with this guy? Because he's being fill in the blank.
Okay.
I didn't.
Eric
that
is
was
saying,
just as
fill
well.
a glass with ice, and if using, add up to, okay.
Lime or lemon squash, roses.
Okay.
Advocat and lemonade over the ice. Oh.
That sounds good.
Apricot is an extremely specific liqueur.
Get another vote for Wall E. All right.
We could reproduce that, but that actually involves, I think, cognac and eggs and orange. It's really, I'd have to think very...
It tastes like kale.
Oh, delicious kale cocktail. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Marty, we were there for that.
No, saw it.
We were there for that. It was,
saw it. Yeah.
It was a fascinating night, but the band was amazing.
And you know what? That was the only...
You spun great tunes, and,
that was the
and
only
a
local,
good time was had by all.
Only local patron who had
Except for the
some
redneck
issue
who
with
left,
anything there. So I got to say, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the gal at the bar was just slinging drinks to whoever was buying.
Getting so many votes for Buckaroo Banzai, so...
I remember a friend of mine saying, you got to see this movie, and he loaned me the videotape. I didn't even have a machine at the time. This is going back a long time. And there was a summer where I just watched a bunch of tapes from his machine, and that was one of them. And I was like, wow, this is really fun. It's a film that makes a lot of nonsense, and then the more you watch it, that's a killer. So...
yeah, it's one of those that demands repeat viewing.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of a fluffy duck.
Ah! Snowball Apricot. Now that... Apricot and 7-Up.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Interesting. Okay, we could try different things with such things. But I think Apricot is intended to be like heavy, creamy, and sweet. So adding 7-Up is not the first thing I would do with that. Although I'm not too surprised if somebody else
It doesn't sound bad, though.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it going, I don't have 7-Up, but...
We do not. We don't have ginger ale either.
I know, well, we discovered that earlier.
So, what are we calling this thing?
Okay, so it was just these 3 ingredients.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Oh, also the twist. The twist adds a big dimension to that. That's good.
All right, fine.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
All right. How about the...
Bitter Truth.
No.
No. Can't do it.
How about the...
Copyrighted term. Can't do it.
Oh, Gosling's Ginger Ale. Yep.
Gosling Ginger Beer is what it is, actually. And it is a bit of a different product because they really punched the ginger on that. I love ginger beer.
Eric's niece didn't care for... Well, which one did she have, Eric?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, it did all work out, Marty. I was so glad I was there. It was an amazing night, and the show was crazy amazing.
Oh,
you were playing great stuff.
They hit it hard, and the DJ was
great. You were playing great stuff when the cowboy came up to you. Yeah, it was great.
Yep,
it was great.
Oh, the Time Machine. I suggested that earlier today.
Oh, Time Machine. Yeah.
In terms of a post-apocalyptic movie, because it is. It is like within the course of that, they get to a whole atomic war, and then everything clears up, and you get the surviving society.
Hold on, Marty says I didn't meet Mo the Sleaze unless you're talking about my dad.
All I can think of is Mo from...
Feeling 7-Up. I'm feeling 7-Up, like in Repo Man. Yes, the 7-Up glasses. Those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Feeling
the upside down ones. Yeah.
Up. Shut up, Kevin. So, all I can think of is Mo from The Simpsons. Mo Sislak. And I'm thinking of the episode
I
where...
love the ones that pack a ginger wallop. Yeah. Southpaw, yeah.
No, there's some good ones.
Yeah, yep.
There are some ginger ales, like I think Werner's, which actually has a lot of pep. And then there's some alcoholic ginger beer.
Duck. Ryan says, it was on the placemat cocktail menu at a really old Chinese place. Oh my gosh, I love those menus.
Yeah.
I stole one time. Well, not stole.
Right
they were going to toss it after I left. But those paper placemats that had cocktail recipes, I actually framed one time.
Hey, sometimes they're really good recipes. We actually have one across from us right now that has a halfway decent looking zombie.
Maybe we'll call this one the...
Bitter End.
Cranky Old Duck.
Okay, that works too.
We'll call it the Cranky Old Duck. All right, it has been named.
Done deal, folks. Sometimes it takes a few rounds, but we get there.
Oh, bull ginger. I love those hot ginger ales. I love that stuff. So good.
A lot of those ginger ales are basically just ginger beer in terms of the way that they're made.
Oh, Ryan framed it too. Kindred spirits. No pun intended.
Bing. And the fact is, the term ginger beer shouldn't throw you. There's no alcohol in there unless it specifically states so. There's, I think, Bundaberg is alcoholic ginger beer. But most of them are just soda pop. Beer
they're
is
good.
just sort of a generic term that was used. It's like that you'll see other terms used. Birch beer, which is kind of fun. Spruce beer, which is really an astonishing product. Very different. And I think there's a few others out there. Yeah. But, you know, ginger, that's a pretty obvious thing to do. And I remember hearing about that when I was like a really young teenager and thinking, what's that anyway? There was one brand on the market at the time. It was really hard to find. And it was really good. And frankly, it's the flagpole by which I actually measure all of the rest, you know. Probably the signpost is what I'm trying to think. You know? I can't think of the correct metaphor right now. That's like the benchmark is what I'm trying to think. Benchmark. You know, I try to think about
you got it.
To measure all the rest against. It's off the market, so I only have to think about it. But yep.
Yes, 7-Up was the Uncola Lisa.
That was
Still
their
is,
advertisements.
I guess.
That was their advertisements.
Still is.
Oh yeah. We have a few of those Uncola glasses. They're fun. Yeah, I'll go for more bite. I happen to like a lot of pep in the ginger. And we've also discovered 2 products on the market that can give you some pep. The ginger people who give you the ginger chews and extract and all that have a bottle which is just ginger juice. You can find that in your supermarket if you're lucky. If you're not lucky, ask your supermarket. It's on the market.
Do you want to go grab it?
It's gone.
Is there a dark beer anyone likes? I love dark beers.
Yes.
I love dark beers.
I would always go for a Negro Modelo. If I'm in a place that has a bunch of Mexican beers and I have a choice, I'd say, Negro Modelo.
I'll always choose a dark beer over
I was in a place in Trenton, New Jersey, and I asked for a Negro Modelo, and they thought it was too much for me.
Oh, DJ Southpaw likes
And they gave me a standard Modelo. I thought, I really wanted the Negro Modelo. At the end of the day, it's just a dark Munich lager, big deal. It's good beer, though.
It's the Ginger People.
Ginger People Organic Juice.
Yep.
There's a 5-ounce bottle that I picked up at a supermarket, not our local supermarket. So I don't know if our local has it.
Well, it's readily available.
It's
online,
readily available.
But it's from
the
brand
it
is
out.
the Ginger People.
It's just a ginger extract. It's got a lot of fire. It is really great to put just a dash of that in
I'm
what
with
you're
you,
doing.
Errol.
Yeah.
Errol says, I let my beer look like used motor oil. I'm with you.
But
oh yeah, Guinness. Yep.
Yep.
And Negro Modelo.
I happen to be very fond of the Guinness in the tall draft cans because it's got this little widget that contains some nitrogen. You pop it, it fizzes for a second, you pour it into a glass, and it achieves that
Uncola nut.
creamy head Guinness appearance, which is what you need.
Uncola nut.
Yeah. I just specifically remember the 7-Up commercials from the early 70s that had the dots because 7-Up had all the dots on its label. And there was one that had them as a sort of like a zipper screen, and it had all of these characters appearing as cartoons. And there was one with like a Native American in a canoe. I I remember this. If I can find that, I think I've completed things. My sister and my cousin would remember that very well.
I don't specifically remember that. I know you have a 7-Up bottle from back in the day, and we do have a couple of those glasses. So
we've got a 7-Up bottle from the year 1. I think it's probably from about 1948.
I know. Why do we have that?
Picked that up at a yard sale somewhere. And then at a different yard sale, I've got a 7-Up bottle from the early 70s that somebody flattened into an ashtray because that was a popular thing to do at the time. And if I'm not mistaken, we have a can that is a lamp, and you can put one of those wacky bulbs with a filament that goes back and forth. That's what you did at the time.
That's true. We have a 7-Up collection.
We have a whole collection. And I will say, it's very head shop stuff.
Maybe we need to decorate our background with 7-Ups.
Perhaps we need to display.
Although we don't have enough to make it really pop.
Well, you know.
Did you ever play the 7-Up
video game? No.
No? I didn't know about that till just now.
If only I had. Well, we started out talking about old wives' tales / remedies, folk remedies.
Folk remedies.
You know that my standard folk remedy for a bad head cold remains bourbon, stone, and sour. It's easy. It's classic. It's really just a whiskey sour with some orange juice. If you got some bitters, throw those in. Will it cure your cold? Of course not. Don't be silly. Will it make
grow up?
Will it make you feel better? Yes, it will. I guarantee that. So that's the thing. And I would say 1, 2 at the most. More than that, and it's going to get sicker.
No.
If you have the flu, don't drink. If you have other things that we can't name right here.
Allergies.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Allergies.
Allergies, I would say fexofenadine, a.k.a. Allegra, and steam.
Steam?
Yeah.
Probably a really good idea.
Yep.
In any case. This apparently is the big effect with chicken soup, is that it's hot. Gets in your sinuses.
Oh, okay. It was a Nintendo game, kind of played like
nutritious.
Othello. I remember Othello.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Okay. All right.
Oh, wow.
Didn't everybody have an upside down 7-Up glass? We have 2.
Back in the day, boy, that would have been so cool, but I don't remember those from young. But we found, I think, 3 of those.
We did, yeah.
At one point. So we happen to have a collection of 3.
3. I thought we had 2, but we have 3.
Yeah, I think we have 3. Unless I broke one, but I don't think I did.
No, I don't think you did.
Not yet. Haven't really used those too much. Maybe perhaps we should be making some cocktails inside of them sometime. Well,
maybe we will now.
In a tall glass, they would simply be mixed drinks, much like a hurricane. Hurricane, of course, has its own special glass. So.
All right, and we'll see you next week when we do the weather.
Do the weather.
Maybe on the weather.
Maybe this time.
If you don't get that reference,
perhaps
watch Amazon Women on the Moon.
Perhaps next week I will make something that looks like a hurricane and remember to take the little paper umbrella and put it in the drink like I didn't do last time. Pow.
Actually, the quote is...
silly can you get?
I have to correct my movie quote.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, why are you on the weather? That's the quote.
Selma, help me! So.
All right, it's time.
So.
Grab my phone. All right, got it.
All right, so Dr. Quad has been with you tonight to serve some remedies. We've done our best. We've actually done better than some of those remedies out there. A lot of these things are like, take a bit of this, take a bit of that, and it ends up being like
Lisa, I want a sauna too.
Ends up being like an Alaskan polar bear heater, and that isn't going to cure anything. Might make you sicker, I'm just saying. But sauna, good idea.
So I want to say again.
Sauna, spa.
If you're in the New England, Northeast tri-state area, we will be at Moncu on Sunday at 2. And if you want to come hang out, come hang out. We'll be in town.
The tri-states.
So we would love to see you.
Tri-state in that case, probably meaning Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Moncu is, of course, right outside of Rhode Island and Attleboro. So easily accessible if you happen to be in Worcester, if you happen to be in like really eastern Connecticut
Good
or
night. Sleep
in
tight.
Boston.
Don't let the bull-chin trail bite too much. I love it.
Just a little is fine.
All right.
Bang, bang, bang. But yes, we will be there Attleboro Sunday.
Amy, we'll catch up.
We will see you before long.
Yes.
But we have a reason to be in New England, so we will actually make the most of it, and we are going to see some people over at the good old Montcou. We haven't been there in person in ages.
Been to Montcou in almost 10 years.
It is 9 years right now. So yes.
Yep.
Good grief. Apparently should have but
Anyway.
You got to make choices.
We'll be there Sunday.
Got to make choices.
We'll update if we're running
Two-ish.
really, really late, but we're 2-ish.
We're actually attempting. We'll be flying to be there. So,
thank you, everyone. Oh, we love you all so much. Thank you for joining us, and we will be back next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday with another fun one. We're talking about the weather right now. Maybe we'll still be talking about the weather. If you have any suggestions, drop them on us. If you would like to support the show, I didn't have our usual banner at the bottom for some reason. There is always Patreon, and there's always our Amazon store. We have these cute little umbrellas in our Amazon store. They're a lot of fun. And of course, we're making a movie. Ellen waits. Just a reminder.
Amen.
As always, folks, what were we supposed to remind people of tonight? I guess it was Ellen waits. Some people have actually, that was it. Some people have bought product.
Yes, some of you have purchased Ellen Waite's product.
So I'm going to say thank you.
Yes,
that's what I wanted to specifically say. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
It's up there. We'll have to drop it on you a few more times to make sure that it's there. And we'll put more product on there too, because that's part of the fun. We're not going to crowdfund this one, so you're not going to get any messages from us.
No. Well, not about give me money.
Not about that.
We're not going to do that.
Not about that.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. But
anyway.
Have a good night.
Another fantastic broadcast. Thank you so much for being here. Otherwise, I would just be singing to the walls. Thanks. And as always...